So I welcome back on stage Lene Tanggaard Pedersen. Please join the table. It is all ours, so you don't have to retire. Well, and as usual, technique has done its work, and also your creativity. Always there's a question coming to us. And we have talked about creative organizations, and we've talked about whether finances are a problem or not. And now we're going to talk about people. How do you find creative people in an organization? Would you maybe start?
Yeah, it's actually quite difficult because you have to work backwards. Because creativity is the backward reading of how something came into the world. So you have to see it before you can see it, and then you have to go back and find out who were the people that created, you know, this project or this idea. Or so it is difficult. It's a research dilemma. We are researching something that is not there. It's becoming. It's in progress. And we often have to move backwards to actually find out, so how did these people invent this? There are many different, you know, approaches.
If I understand you right, you can find those creative people only once they have been already creative.
Yeah.
Do you see the same way?
Could be not, in the sense that in my experience, sometimes creativity came out unexpectedly. So from the work in the field, with the people, as I underlined in the keynote, when you are together in a group, maybe creativity is not yet there, but working together, it comes up.
So it came unexpectedly, you say. Is there a way of provoking maybe in a team with people, just some things you can do actively in order to provoke this creativity? What can you do?
Yeah, we know that diversity in teams are important. So we need people of different kinds, different gender, ethnicity, generations. You know, the more diversity, the higher the chance that the team will be creative. Also, you can put the team under pressure. Sometimes, and we know that, a deadline can be very helpful. So putting a team under pressure, letting them know that they are still legitimate if they don't make it, you know. Because if we press too much, then it will kill creativity. But, you know, gentle pressure actually promotes creativity.
So you create a team with a lot of diversity and you put some pressure on it. Is there any other method? Gently, okay. Is there any other method that you can provoke creativity breaking out of people?
Maybe yes. I mean, you can see creativity as a sort of side effect. So if you are not looking for it, it comes.
You don't have to look at it. So that's kind of a dilemma, isn't it?
The dilemma is that we, at least in my experience, creativity is not necessarily the outcome to be looked for. We start from real problems in the field, and we look together for solutions, which implies also the use of technology. And in this sense, creativity comes, because you start from something existing, and looking for what some tools can provide you as affordances, you find out a way to overcome the difficulties.
So in a way, you put people in a good mixture under slightly pressure, and hope they will be creative, but you don't tell them you want them to be creative. Does that work?
Yes. Sometimes even telling them not to be creative.
That helps.
Yeah.
You should not be creative at all, and then they become creative.
Yeah, we know
Do
that.
you share that opinion?
Yeah, I mean, I underline what I already said. It could be that you look for that and you put pressure. It can be that in other situations, it's better not to push too much, not to put pressure. It also becomes from the melange of people you're working with, and from their characteristics, of course.
So if we're talking about VET, is there any way you can provoke young people or even elderly people when they do lifelong working, learning, provoke creativity, so if you find out which are the potential people in a group?
Yeah, teachers in vocational colleges, they do this on a regular basis. The good ones, they design for creativity without, you know, pressing too much. So you put the right materials in the spot. You tell people not to be creative. You allow them time to actually experiment. Sometimes you can be a role model yourself. You know, teachers saying to students, pupils, it's okay to fail sometimes. It's okay to experiment. Now let me tell you how I do it, and then you can do as I do it, or you could choose not to. Gentle, creative teachers, they really, design for this to happen without pressing too much, and it does work. When you Anna Crafts, she's an English professor in creative learning. She said that teachers who experiment, they get pupils who experiment. It's very vicarious. Role modeling learning actually works, and you need masters to know how to do it. But you also need masters that are willing to lose control, because the young apprentices will get better. They will challenge you. They will teach you in the end. And creative masters, they know this. They know that they have to be role models, but also that they have to step back to allow, for the fresh, new thinking and ways of doing things to come in.
So we have heard a lot of methods that can be used also in vocational professional education and training. My last question goes to you. How far advanced are we in Switzerland when it comes to VET, with including all these techniques in curricula?
I think we are advanced enough, and we are continuously promoting these kind of approaches because they give results, as I mentioned. So it's worth it to do that.
So we're good, but we can still do better.
Yeah,
and we
course,
do what
always.
we can do to improve.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you very much,
Thanks
Lene Tanggaard Pedersen and Alberto Cattaneo.
Thanks to you.